Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here? Hey. What's going on, people? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. We got ourselves a little Toyota Celica, as the Americans would say it. A little Toyota Celica, but I'm saying Celica because this is the American version of the car. That's very weird. First of all, it's left-hand drive. Second of all, it's got the little extra bumpers, which I do know it's definitely for the American market. It's funny because the 911 had those bumpers as well. But you can see them, the little extra bits under the actual chrome bumper that's on the car itself. For some reason, there was some sort of regulation in America that would have those bumpers have to be pretty much added on to some cars that were coming into America. Why is this the American version of the car that's in it? Or was this a specific, like, Celica that was only for the American market? I honestly don't really know. Anyway, it's a brand new car added into the game, and what I'm going to do with this thing is keep it in D-Class. So I'll see what sort of... Okay, let's just put it this way. I'll keep it in D-Class for now, and I'll go ahead and I'll add whatever engine, if we can engine swap it, and then see how fast we can get it to be and how powerful and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, let's have a look at this absolute monster in here. Look at... That actually looks kind of sick, not gonna lie. That actually does say stuff on the... Okay. That actually says stuff on the cover. Not bad, not bad. Alright, I'm gonna drive this thing. Let's just see what it's like. It's completely stock right now, as you can see. It's D-Class 312 PPI. So, yeah. Let's, by drive it, I mean, let's just stroll about in it. And... Wait for it. Wait for it. There's 60 miles an hour. Okay, not bad. That took a little while, but we got it to 60. It's doing 70. Jeez. Look at the wood trim and everything. Okay. Our first crash. It's so slow. It's slow. It's got no grip. Obviously, they're adding a bunch of Toyotas into the game. We had the Corolla as well added this week. And then this Celica that we have added now is our reward for 50% off of the festival playlist, as you can see here. And then if you get 80%, you get the 86. But I already have the 86, so I don't really care if I get it or not. Either way, it's slow. It is terribly, terribly slow. I don't know how I can get this thing to be a lot more fun. Actually, I have a really, really good idea. I want to keep it in, like I said, in D-Class. But I want to take it to Fortune Island and try to slide it down the hill in Fortune Island. If I can do that, I'll be very, very happy. I want to see how many points I can squeeze out with this car. Obviously, I'm going to have to use a lot of the gravity part of it, because it's not going to have a lot of power for me to just come down the hill. So it should be interesting to see how many points I can squeeze out with this car. I'm pretty sure we can have drift suspension. Usually on the majority of the cars in this game, you can have drift suspension on the cars. So we'll do that. I'll add it on. And I'll go to the top of the Needle Hill climb, and then I'll come back down and see if I can get something done with this car. So let's check out our... Ooh, we could get a little body swap thing. Or whatever the... Oh, we can get a wide body kit. Okay, I'm gonna do all of this stuff to it. Actually does look sick. That looks sick. I'm putting that on. Ooh, we have two engines. Oh my god. Why did they do this? Why did they do this? Who at Playground Games just likes to troll people? What is the point of this? I don't understand this. That's so stupid. Okay, so, for people that don't understand what's happening here. So, this is a Toyota Celica, right? They've added the Supra back into the game. And they also added the engine from the Supra, which is the 3-liter inline-6 twin-turbo, which is the 2J. The 2.6 inline-6 twin-turbo is an RB26, coming from a Nissan. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to get here? Why did they put the Nissan engine swap for a Toyota? They could have added the 2J for the Toyota. And then they could have just limited the horsepower. They could have just literally added the 2J for the Toyota, but not have it make like 1700 horsepower, which is what that engine makes. It's ridiculous. It's just so funny that they decided to do that and just troll people. And obviously we have the rally engine as well after that. But this is just funny how they added this. Why? Oh god, they just trolled everyone. Okay, I'm keeping this as a rear-wheel drive. Again, front engine, rear-wheel drive. I can turbocharge this if I really want to, but I think if I can leave it in a and just give it as much power as I possibly can, I should be able to definitely do some serious work with this. So there you go. That gets rid of the terrible looking American bumpers off that. And obviously if I go with one more, it'll add the little splitter. Definitely don't want to do that. Little wing looks terrible because it's Forza. Again, get rid of the stupid, ugly American bumpers off of that as well. As for our tires here, what are we at now with our tires? We can keep, I think the grip, oh Jesus, I think the grip should be fine if I just do, if I keep stock tires, I think it should be fine. We're at 185s, again, I'm going to keep the tires just the way they are. I think I'll change the wheels to something a little lighter. I think that might help a little bit with our progress here. I might change to something nice and generic. RP. Should I go with... Nah, I'm not gonna go with RPFs. 1552s. Anything that will make this thing obviously lighter, wheel-wise, but also make it still look very classic, I guess. Is fine by me. So you could put some Oz racing wheels and make it look a little bit more interesting. Something like these, maybe some rotor wheels. They still look really good, especially if I don't change the wheel size. Or maybe these, some speed lines. Especially in white. I think in white they look really, really good with this like faded yellow that's on it. I really want to see what sort of paint options we have for this thing. So then, pretty much max everything out. Stick it all into race spec. And I think still after that I should be able to... yeah, it definitely has drift suspension. Look at that. Look at that fitment, especially for the rear end. That looks sick. I definitely should still be able to add a lot of power to this thing. So it's still not even at 400 in its class. So there's 415, there's 448, 475. This dog won't shut up. 495, and that passes it all the way. 139, and if we change the flywheel, I think we should be able to get this to exactly 500, which is what we did. So 139 horsepower for this thing. So let's give this a shot and see if I can slide it down the hill and how many points I can actually get for this. So, I think the main and most important part for this car is, first of all, locking the diff, so which is something I'm definitely going to do here. I need gear ratios to be short. I don't need them to be that long because there's absolutely no reason for them to be that long. So I think this should be fine. 143 miles per hour. That's so slow. Alignment, I'm going to leave it the way it is at the moment. I'll probably have to change some of that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and stiffen my suspension a lot because I need to try to get this to not absorb any sort of bumps at all. I need it to just bounce around and be as stiff as possible because I don't want it to slow down. I really just don't want it to slow down at all. So I'm just going to go ahead. Actually, if I stiffen the whole thing completely, I think it should be fine. I'm going to stiffen it completely. And we'll see what it's like now. Like I said, I don't want the suspension to absorb anything. I want it to go directly into the tires, and I want the tires to be as slippery as possible because, like I said, I don't have any sort of power to... Okay. It seems very slow already. Like I said, gravity is definitely going to play like a big part for this. Okay, so I can get it sideways, which is good. But it just doesn't have the power. Okay, sick. Let's take it up the hill here. We'll just get rid of everything out of my way. Okay, let's go down the hill with this thing being completely stuck. Okay, it's very rev happy, which is good. Alright, definitely shouldn't be in fourth, so let's go. Okay. Oh god, it's slow. I knew my handbrake, or my e-brake, was definitely gonna be my best friend for this. I need a lot more speed. I need a ton more speed here. Come on. Come on, little car. Come on. I'm off the road, but it doesn't matter. Oh, this would be so funny if I could squeeze out. What is it to beat this, by the way? I just want to see. 200,000 points. If I could squeeze out 200,000 points with this little car, that would be so funny. Okay, I think I'm definitely going to be able to get 200,000 points. Because I'm getting up to the slightly higher speed corners here. Which means I don't really have to slow down that much. So I will be able to have like a decent amount of angle and speed when I'm doing these slides. There's 100,000 points. Here I should really be third. There we go. There we go. Big angle. It's not that big. Okay, now we're back to the slightly tighter corners. Oh, I really wish I could get 200,000 points for this. Oh, it's so hard. It doesn't have the speed. Come on. I have to mangy my way down this hill. Oh, it's so difficult to keep the back end out, please. Oh, that was so close. I definitely think it's possible to get 200,000 points with this car. You know, I'm gonna go back up again before I even finish this because I think I'm gonna get around like 160,000 points or something like that. Let's just try that again. Let's see if I can squeeze out a nice 200,000. No, this is as close as I could get. 177,000 points. You know what? I could have just used my actual brain and be able to, you know, make sure that this would actually be able to do 200,000 points, but I didn't actually think about it. I could have just left all the power. Like, I just could have added as much power as I possibly wanted and then just keep the weight on. I feel like I would have definitely been able to get this thing to do 200,000 points very, very easily if I just did that. But, like I said, I didn't use my brain because I'm an idiot. But let's just move on. Let's just move on. Add the RB in this and then try it again. Alright? But then I will have to change my tires as well. So everything else, I'm going to keep the exact same. Except for my tires, which I'm going to go with some race tires. Because this thing is going to make a ridiculous amount of power. Now that I've finished building this thing, it now makes 796 horsepower and weighs 964 kilos. It's got RB 30 now, I guess. It's not a 26 anymore, but yeah. It's definitely going to be a massive, massive difference. I also put stupid wide tires on this thing because I definitely think it needs it. I should really change my suspension setup as well. Let's just go ahead and make this a little bit better when it comes to its springs and dampers. So we'll bring these down quite a bit, especially for the amount of power that I have this with now. So now that that's been messed with, let's actually drive this thing and see. That is a big, big difference. Big difference to what it drove like before. It's got a dumb amount of power and torque now in every gear by the looks of things, even in fifth. And it sounds unreal. It sounds really, really good. Now, take it up to the top again and bring it back down the hill and see how many more points we can actually squeeze out with this thing, because it's definitely going to be a big, big difference to the way it was with the stock engine, or the standard engine. Because it wasn't technically stock, it was a modified stock engine. Oh my god. The amount of power that this thing has now is completely different. Like I said, the 700 horsepower, it doesn't seem like a lot. But in a car that doesn't weigh a lot either, like, it just rips. And these tires that are on it now, they're super wide. I think they're like 245s in the rear. It's just absolutely destroying them to bits. Like, there's no... And it's on race tires as well. It definitely doesn't need this much power to make it fun. I thought it was very, very fun with like just the 130 horsepower that I had before. Oh my god, even in fourth. Okay. I think I need to build up a little bit more speed before I just stick it into like a high gear and then floor it, because it's just gonna spin and it's not gonna build up speed. I just have to be a little bit more gradual. I just expected the tires to have a little bit more grip, right? Let's just put it that way. And they don't. There's fifth, a little bit of hop in the ground. I knew that there was like a tiny little bump there, so I knew it was gonna pretty much just give me like a type of a clutch kick, which it wasn't. It was just me hopping off the ground with this thing. I'll make my rear wheels spin a little bit faster. This is dumb. But yeah, just as usual. Has some drift suspension and a lot of power. Handle very, very similarly. It's just very, very easy to drive. Very, very easy to drive. My driving line wasn't the best at all, but we somehow managed to squeeze out 400,000 points with it. And I definitely think it sounds unbelievable. It sounds so much better than before. I think this engine sounds so much better than the 2J that's in this game, because the 2J that's in this game just doesn't sound like a 2J. I made a video on it as well. It's just... even inside of the cabin, it sounds sick. Oh god, no. I'm in 6th gear! And it wants to get sideways. Listen to this. That sounds so good. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I was just still listening to it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. New Toyota Celica that's in the game. You can get it by completing 50% of the festival playlist, as you guys have seen by the start of the video. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much it. Toyota, or Playground Game, pretty much Forza, let's just put it that way, decided to troll us with this car and add the RB to it instead of the 2J, which is funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this car. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.